One of the blessings that we make when we light the candles is thanking God for the miracles He performed for our ancestors uh, at this time back when. Sounds very much like nostalgia or looking back into history. Something that happened a long time ago, and we're still grateful for it. But that's not called celebrating. When we celebrate a holiday, whether it's Purim or Hanukkah or Pesach or any other of the holidays, celebrating means re-experiencing, going through the experience once again, whatever that experience was. So if we think of it only as something that happened a long time ago, we're not celebrating. We're just testifying to an event in history. That's not a celebration. So to celebrate means to relive and re-experience what happened back then. Now, obviously, we can't reenact the war of the many against the few and the weak against the strong against the weak. So what does it mean to re-experience it? It means, what were the people feeling back then? How did they experience it then? How did the events, the miracles, how did it make them feel? What did it bring out in them at that time that we can re-experience and feel it today? It may be a little mystical or intangible, but every anniversary of an event stirs the memory of the experience. And that's why a birthday, a yahrzeit, we re-experience what was experienced then. And the time actually helps us do that. It's very hard or harder to celebrate your birth when it's not your birthday. But on your birthday, there is something going on. Intangible, invisible, but very real. That makes the experience like reoccur. It's like a flashback. That's in terms of time. When that day comes around again the next year and every year after that, there is some kind of reawakening of that experience that you can tap into if you choose to. The same is also true with space. There are places where miracles happened or where something very intense happened, and being there will bring back that memory even for people who were never there, the descendants. So when we say, thank you, God, for the miracles you performed for our ancestors, what we're saying is the feelings that we inherited from our ancestors when they experienced those miracles. Which means that these events left an indelible effect on the collective mentality of the people, of the descendants, for all time to come. Like, for example, we are told that every soul that was going to be born to the Jewish people were present at Mount Sinai. In what way were they present? And where are they otherwise? Where are the future souls before they're born? At Mount Sinai, in heaven? Where are they? One of the ways to explain this is the experience at Mount Sinai was so intense that we, 3,000 years later, Feel it as if we were there, not we imagine. We actually experience it if we try. Because it's there in our soul, inherited from our ancestors. This is true of negative experiences, like terrible traumas that continue from generation to generation, but much more so in positive experiences, because the positive is much stronger than the negative. So the negative can last, let's say, 3 generations, maybe 4. People who went through the Holocaust, through the camps, their children, their grandchildren, and maybe their great-grandchildren will have that experience someplace in their psyche, the negative part of it. But they also have the positive part. And the positive part lasts not for 3 or 4 generations, but for 1,000 generations, which means forever, basically. So when we make that bracha, thank you, God, for the miracles you performed for our ancestors in those days on this time of the year, we're saying we inherited that experience, and when the time of year comes around, it becomes more available for us to re-experience it, and that's how we celebrate the miracles of Hanukkah.
If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that, and that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.